Indian armed forces have been given a clear green signal that any act of terrorism should be treated as act of war by Pakistan. Pakistan is the perpetrator of the terrorism. Pakistan, if they keep sponsoring terrorism, we'll decide which part of the water has to go there or not. Because we have first right on that water. We don't want war. We don't want terrorism. We want basics like water and food. We have seen what sort of economic crisis is there in Pakistan today.
I'm Patrick Lancaster. Right now we are in New Delhi, India. We're going to be showing you as much information here and from as many different perspectives as possible on the India-Pakistan conflict. I've come here to show you what the real situation is, at least from the eyes of the people that live here. Soon we're going to be going to the front line, or at least as close as possible. But for now, we're going to be showing you what the normal people of New Delhi have to say about the situation, what the political figures have to say, what the military has to say. And in fact, today we're getting into the political sphere of it. We're going to be talking to political figures. In fact, we've already spoken to an opposition representative, a spokesperson for the National Congress Party. You definitely need to check out that video. But right now, we're going to be meeting with a spokesperson of the BJP party, the ruling party, the national spokesperson, R.P. Singh. And he's going to be telling us about his party, so about the political situation in India, about the Pakistan-India conflict, at least from the view of his party, and much, much more. We got so much to come. You got to subscribe to the channel, got to like, share, and comment below what else you want to see, what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right, what else can I do. I'm here showing you what I hope is a little view that you're not going to get in the mainstream media. Think for yourself. I'm showing you a little piece of the pie. Obviously, I'm not on the other side, I'm here, but it's your job to get as much information from as many sources as possible. I don't have all the information. It's your job to get as much information as possible, then make your own opinion. Please like, share, subscribe. Remember, I'm only an independent crowdfunded journalist. My work is only funded by you. Please click on that link on the screen or in the description or in the pinned comments and donate to help me support my work. I need your support, need your donations to make these reports happen and all future reports. I'm supported by you. No one tells me what to put in my reports. I show you what I see. I'm Patrick Lancaster, and we have arrived at the office and joined by the national spokesperson for the BJP party, the ruling party, R.P. Singh. And we are going to be having a talk with him about what the current political situation is in India, what the situation is with the tensions between India and Pakistan, and much, much more. Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us. It's really great to meet you. And if you could please tell us a little bit about yourself and your party, and maybe a little bit about the political atmosphere, would be very much appreciated.
Well, my name is R.P. Singh. I'm the national spokesperson for the party and the former MLA from Delhi. I've been working the party almost now 48 years now, and ongoingly working at various levels, right from the booth level, the basic level, and from to the national secretary to now to national spokesperson. BJP, you said, is the ruling. No, we're not the ruling. We are the serving party of the country. We serve the nation, and so we like to be called as a serving party of the country.
All right. Well, thank you very much, sir. Can you tell us what, in the eyes of your party, is happening right now? What has been happening in the last month with the situation between Pakistan and India? Of course, a lot's been happening, and that's why I'm here in India, to show as many different perspectives as possible. We've been talking to normal civilians, military, political figures, and I'd like to get your opinion and your view of what has been happening.
See, Pakistan is a troubled state. And because they are in trouble themselves, and that's why they keep bothering us also. As their stated policy, terrorism is their state policy. And this time, after Operation Sindoor, it has been proven beyond the point that their army leaders were seen at the last rites of the terrorists. when the last sites were given to the terrorists, all their army leaders, their army generals, and their other army men were there seen at the last sites of the terrorists. One. Secondly, after that, they have just announced some 14 crore rupees to Azhar Masood, one of the known terrorists, his family members. 14 crore rupees, which is a huge amount. A nation which is already begging from IMF and other international bodies. They are misusing that fund to supplement or as ex gratia for the militants' family. The militants who were killed, the family members of the militants who were killed, they are announcing that money. So this has been proven beyond the point that Pakistan sponsors terrorism and also they shield terrorism. Do you remember Osama bin Laden? He was found in Abbottabad.
Yes.
So there's no doubt that Pakistan is a terrorist harping nation, and also their defense minister is on record saying that we used to do this dirty work for America. We have done this dirty work for many years for America, that we have harbored and we have trained terrorists to be used in Afghanistan. So world need to understand this now, that what sort of relationship you want to continue with such a nation.
I understand. And how do you think the future is going to be? Is this ceasefire going to be able to hold, or are things going to develop further as far as the active fighting on the LOC?
So our Prime Minister Modi, Narendra Modi ji, has already announced that any act of terrorism will be treated as act of war. So
Yes.
the so-called ceasefire will be stay as a ceasefire till the time there is no other act of terrorism from the Pakistan. If they behave well, if they behave in a civil way, and they don't promote terrorism, they don't push terrorists to our part of the country, the ceasefire will stay. But if they keep promoting terrorism, they keep sending terrorists to our country and to our states, then the war will be on again. Probably this time it will be much more stronger rebuttal by the Indian Armed Forces. Indian Armed Forces have been given a clear green signal that any act of terrorism should be treated as act of war by Pakistan.
And if that does happen and it does escalate again, both countries being nuclear capable, what do you think the chances of crossing that line might be?
I seriously doubt. The bluff of that nuclear threat has been called off many a times. When we did surgical strike, even then they said we are a nuclear state. When we did Balakot, the air strikes last time in 2019, even then they said that we are a nuclear state. And even this time, we demolished their 11 air bases, right from Noor Khan to, give me a second, Noor Khan to Rafiki to Murid to Sukur to Sialkot to Pasrur to Chunani to Sargoda to Sakrudu to Butari to Jakababad. I mean, all these 11 air bases were destroyed by our forces. But no question of nuclear strike. I mean, that's a hollow threat they keep giving to the world every time. Fact is, they also know that if they attempt that, then Pakistan won't stay as Pakistan on the world map.
Understand.
Because our policy is clear that we won't do the first strike. But what after that? So they are also aware of it. And that's why they won't dare to do any such mischief.
Understand. And many people around the world wonder, why can't there just be peace? This conflict has been going on for so long. The tensions between the two countries have been going on for so long. In your opinion, farther than, of course, you said if there's no terrorist attacks, it won't escalate. But in your opinion, what needs to happen for real peace to become a reality between the two countries? Is that possible?
Well, it's possible if world understand that Pakistan is the perpetrator of the terrorism and is doing so worldwide. if the bomb blast happened in the London tubes, it happens because of the Pakistan. Or even 9/11 happened, the leads went to the Pakistan. Osama bin Laden was found in Pakistan. When he gave shelter to Hafiz Saeed and Azhar Masood and Salahuddin, all branded terrorists by the UN and USA both. So if you harbor such people and give them freedom to promote terrorism, the world need to understand that. You want to keep this nation, which is not a nation anymore, which is more of a army-led nation, and then nation which even doesn't have a regular army, which has a parallel army, which is an army of terrorists, and that terrorist army is being used against us or for that regard any part of the world. I mean, their defense ministers on record, their other ministers on record that yes, we have harbored terrorists, we have promoted terrorists, we have sponsored terrorists in Afghanistan and other part of the world. So world need to understand this. And that's why Prime Minister Modi ji, Narendra Modi ji is sending delegation of all parties, from leaders from various parties to the world to make them understand that what Pakistan is doing and what Pakistan is. Pakistan is not a normal state.
And if what you're saying is all the case, how do you feel? Why do they support terrorism, harbor terrorism? Why would they do that?
As I said, the army runs a parallel army. I mean, it's a parallel army which they run, and then they like to use it. And for them, they don't have an agenda other than India. I mean, for them, fighting against India or promoting terrorism or on name of radical Islam, they promote terrorism. So that's their agenda. I mean, and then that's the glue for the Pakistan. Whichever ruler has been there, I mean, whether it's Musharraf or Nawaz Sharif or Imran Khan or Yahya Khan, for every one of them, it is the agenda, because they don't want the nation to go forward. They are not looking for any economic growth or nation to be leader in any other subject than terrorism. So that's the DNA of the state. So how can you change the DNA of the state?
Mm-hmm. And as far as the restriction of the water supply to Pakistan with the closing of the dams, what do you think the future of the Indus Treaty is going to be, and how is it going to affect the normal people in Pakistan?
Well, Indus Treaty has been kept in abeyance, and it will depend on Pakistan. If they keep sponsoring terrorism, we'll decide which part of the water has to go there or not, because we have first right on that water. And as per the treaty, it's not necessary that we give them the water which is going there. I mean, because the source of the water is in India. So we will decide on that, not Pakistan. And Pakistan has to learn this, or the people in Pakistan has to pressurize their so-called respective governments. I mean, although there's least of the governance there, there's already problem in various parts of the country in the Pakistan itself. But people of the Pakistan will have to tell the leaders there or the army men, the army leaders there, that we don't want war, we don't want terrorism. We want basics like water and food. We have seen what sort of economic crisis is there in Pakistan today. We have seen what sort of public rebel was there against the army just recently, a year back.
Mm-hmm.
So let people decide there. Let people pick up their government or pick up their people who are to administer them, and or people who are to rule them.
Mm-hmm. And as far as the a little bit backing up to the political atmosphere in India, as I said, we try to get as many different perspectives as possible. And yesterday we had an opportunity to speak with a spokesperson from the opposition, the National Congress Party. And in addition to speaking of the the tensions between India and Pakistan. You spoke a bit on the political atmosphere, as far as had some not very nice things to say about the BJP party, saying how now that India is not a democracy anymore and many freedoms have been restricted. What can you respond to his claims?
You are speaking to me. You are asking questions. Have I told you not to ask questions?
Not at all.
I told, when you asked me, I told you to ask me the toughest question.
Yes.
Didn't I said so? And I said so that I'll try to answer my best. So this is the freedom that you can speak, you can say what you want to say. But since electoral politics is such that people have started rejecting an ideology or a party, but that doesn't mean that democracy is in problem. Because for so many years they have run the government. And then people could see through that they're not helping people at large. I mean, their governance is not helping people at large. Prime Minister Modi's policy has brought almost 25% of the poorest from the level of poverty to the middle class now. There's almost 25 crore people.
25 crore would be 2.5 million, correct?
Billion.
Yes, because 1 crore is 100,000. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So these many people have been brought from the poverty line. 25 crore people have been brought up from the poverty line to the middle class now. Now the health services are so good that more than 55 crore people are being taken care for their health needs by the government. Government take care of their health needs. The farmers, more than almost 10 crore farmers are being taken care by government of India. They have been given subsidies. There is a water connection in every household today. There is a water connection being provided to every household today. More than 4 crore people have been given roof on their head by the government. The houses have been provided by the government of India, by Prime Minister Modi. So people can see through this, but since they don't have agenda now to counter this, so they try to use this, that the democracy is under threat. Well, if democracy was under threat, it was during 1975 when emergency was imposed on the country, when people like us were put behind bars. I was a young child, I was a young lad going to school, and I remember that how the country was in trouble that time. So that was the time. And also during Mr. Rajiv Gandhi's time, he tried to impose a postal bill where your post could be checked by the government. So they have the one who has tried to curb the freedom of press or freedom of liberty to speak or freedom of speech. So it's
The
not
National Congress Party.
National Congress Party. So, but yes, since people have started rejecting them, state after state, they are losing elections. So they raise question on that. They have right to do that, but people again reject them even when they go with this agenda to people, that constitution is under threat or the democracy is under threat. They try to put their point across to people. People reject them even then. So they have to find a better way to convince people that the democracy is under threat, if it is so-called as per them is under threat. But whereas people can see through that they are enjoying the benefit of governance, it's the first time that things can be delivered under democracy also. There are more than 45 crore people who have got benefit of the loan scheme of the Prime Minister Modi, where loan is being provided to poor to initiate their work, initiate their businesses. 45 crore, I mean, is more than the population of America. So many people have been helped by the government of India. Not only that, I mean, even the poorest of poorest, who at the last end of the line has been, of the queue, has been taken care of by the government of India by various other means. And also, women participation has increased. Government have already announced that 33% seats will be reserved in the parliament and in the all other bodies which will be for the women. So it's not at one end. The country is strong and secure. Today, country is strong and secure without any threat from outside. Country, we were among the 5 fragile economies when Prime Minister Modi took over. Today, we are the robust economy in the world today. We are the only economy which is growing economy in the world today. In spite of all factors which is working worldwide, international factors. But even then, we are with the most speedy growing economy in the world. So people can see through this. But since you are not able to build up agenda, I mean, I'm saying for the Congress party, they're not able to build up the agenda, or they're not able to convince people, or they don't have any other agenda which is better than this our agenda. So people reject them election after election, whether it's a parliamentary election, whether it's state elections.
Understand. Interesting. And I guess also one of the, I don't want to take up too much of your time, sir, but one of the last, if not the last question would be, what do you think the biggest misconception in other countries around the world about India and maybe the conflicts as well would be? What do people need to know the most that possibly they misunderstand?
No, last 10 years, people have started understanding country better than last many years. The country has been independent now. For example, our economy is growing up. The big companies have started investing here. They have picked up China +1, and then in +1 is India is a country for them, for their industrial units here. So we are the fastest growing economy now. We are the self-sufficient economy now. We are the self-reliant as far our various issues and subjects now. So people can see through this, and people are coming and joining us today. I mean, Prime Minister Modi has visited 72 nations during last 10 years and has been welcomed and has been given the honor of the various countries to Prime Minister Modi. He has been honored by various countries. So, but only thing is that they need to understand and appreciate that India is the democratically run country. We have elections every 5 years. And it's one of the most fairest elections which happen in the world today. And also that it's not the only elections. It's the process, not only national elections, it's the process which starts from the village end, the panchayat end, the lowest level of the democracy. And then the mechanism works from the top to the bottom. There was a time when Rajiv Gandhi, the Congress man, was the president of the Prime Minister of the country, and he in his speech said that I sent 1 rupee from the center, from the nation, and only 15% is delivered to the common man. Rest 85% is taken by the politicians or by the bureaucrats. But now it is other way around. The 1 rupee which goes from the center, the 1 rupee reaches the last end, because Prime Minister Modi has worked out a technology which leads this process now. So there's no way of pilferages now. So people can see through this. And then even people in other countries can see through this, that there's a technology which ensures that the delivery mechanism is the robust delivery mechanism in the world today. So we are requesting the world to come forward and take advantage of our population, the number we have. So we have a big market here, and also that we part of the growth engine which is happening now in front of them. Probably they will, if they don't be part of this, they will miss this bus by another 4 or 5 years. You will miss this bus. You'll miss this opportunity then.
Thank you very much. It's really been great to speak with you, and I hope my viewers get something out of this, learn something out of this. And if
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And of course, we've been showing you as many different perspectives as we can here in India. There's a lot more to come. We're going to be trying to move closer and closer to the conflict area. Not sure if we're actually going to be getting to the front line itself as we normally do, but we're going to be showing you everything we can here on the ground. So please stick with us, like, share, and subscribe.
Can I make a point?
Yes.
If your viewers want to reach out to me, they can reach out to me, and I'm prepared to give answers to them also.
Wonderful.
My mail ID is 24 into x7, 24x7rp@gmail.com.
Okay, and we'll make sure to put that in the description
Please.
as well. And yeah, and if you have any questions, please write. And again, we've got so much more to come. Let's get to it. We're pushing hard to get every information from as many different sources as possible. Don't just watch my reports. Watch reports and information from as many different sources as possible, because not one source has all the information. You need to educate yourself, get as many different perspectives as possible, think for yourself, and educate yourself before you make an opinion. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, I'm a totally independent crowdfunded journalist. You support my work with the link on the screen or in the description. Now, let's go get some information.